But whenever we walked outside, we would get physically assaulted from like various different directions all the time. Like a cop tried to fight him. A teacher punched Nicole in the face. Like there were no rules with these people. They didn't care that they were on TV. They were like, we need to punch them.
This is not a test.
I feel like I'm giving like a presidential address. What's up, guys? Before we get to the show with our special guest, Ronnie Magros, I have a little bit of a technical difficulties disclaimer. We recorded the podcast in Miami outside on a balcony. It's kind of loud, it's kind of noisy. Our voices are a little bit far away. We still got it done. I wanted to do something different, like being outside, party vibes, but the mics were just not really picking it up like they should. Sorry about that. Turn your volume up 100% to listen to the episode. That's really it. Enjoy it, and catch you on the next one. Let's get to the show. What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Something Went Wrong from beautiful Miami. We're out here. We're on a boat right now. We're on a yacht. We're on a knot. And we have the perfect guest to join us in Miami. Mike Figs is here, but the perfect guest, Ronnie from Jersey Shore, is here. I don't know if you guys ever seen the show. Ronnie lives here. He's a Miami staple now. And thanks for coming through. And
yeah, of course, Ron. Of course.
Thanks for coming to my balcony.
Yeah. Well, it started off as a yacht, and now it's a knot. So, it's all right.
Yeah. No, we're at. Actually, this is pretty dope. We're at the. I'll say the name. We're at the Mondrian.
Yeah.
Shout out the Mondrian.
Big shout out.
Shout out Emily. She is great. She hooks me up. So we're here, and Ronnie's here. He's coming to a show tonight.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
At the Ralph, right?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes. We already had 2 shows last night. They were pretty good. We're talking about how Miami doesn't start anything on time.
No.
Everything is
island time here.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah. I thought we were still here.
No, island time here.
Yeah, we showed up early and they didn't get started until 45 minutes after the start time.
Yes.
And that was fine. That makes us okay, cool. Well, we know we could
relax a little bit because we've been to some places where they're like, you need to start right now, and this was the opposite.
No, Miami's way more chill, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
How long you been living here?
Going on 3 years now.
3 years. Wow.
Yeah, going on 3 years.
It's much better than Vegas, huh?
Vegas and LA, bro.
My favorite episode, my favorite moment of Ronnie in an interview, it was when someone probably just asked him how do you like living in Vegas? And he just goes, it's hell. He goes, no, it's hell. It was the most real moment. He was trying to think of words to describe it, and he was like, it's hell. Because he lived there for a while.
Everything that just went on in my head.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah.
How far were you from all the chaos? Were you close to
25 minutes, 30
Okay.
minutes. Everywhere in Vegas takes 25 minutes, 30 minutes to get to the strip.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Literally.
It's really...
You were there.
Yeah.
It's literally
when you're there for a party, for a good time, it's fun. But then once you're off of it, it's just you're in the heat in just chain franchise, Olive Garden and shit, and Target and whatever. You know what I mean?
It has its nice areas. I enjoyed living out there because there was no traffic.
Yes.
It's not very congested. There's not a lot of people, but it was still Vegas.
I know. I remember when I used to drive back and you get to LA and then you're in all the traffic and shit. You just want to be like, oh fuck. Yeah, you can make U-turns and shit,
Yeah.
Here is Miami, I don't know. I mean, it is kind of like a small city, but there is mad traffic, right?
So much traffic. Bro.
Yeah.
So much
you live
traffic.
outside of that.
I live outside in the suburbs, and that rush hour traffic is ridiculous. Yeah. It's and it's not even coming here so much. It's leaving here because everybody works
in
here and then lives in the suburbs.
That's how it is in Manhattan.
Yeah, exactly. All the single people live down here, South Beach, and stuff like that. Where the families live.
I can't do it anymore. I can't. Last night, a couple girls that were asking us to go out afterwards, And I was like, I can't, because I know it's going to be a 5 a.m. night.
Yeah.
I could do one of those maybe, but not like 7.
I'm sure if she asks you tonight, though,
She'll probably ask, maybe. I don't know, because I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm like, I want to have a drink at lunch. Like, I can't go out tonight.
You realize if you were the comedian and I was the opener, we'd both be dead right now. Like I got Vinny who's like, oh, we gotta do this yoga. We gotta eat salads. If it was you and me, my life.
Back in the day, Ronnie. Back in the day. Ronnie's calm now.
Guy, calm down, bro.
Ronnie, calm down.
It's like, I even watched the clips on TikTok, bro. I was like, bro, I was fucking out of control.
You were.
I was like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah, you kind of held it. I mean, you held it together better than Mike did. On the show and stuff like that. Your shit was more, I feel like, off the show. It was on TMZ.
But you're a young man, and your producer's the job. MTV is like, here's fucking party. They're shoving it down your neck, and you get money. So you know what I mean? Like, that's I can relate to you. Like, I would. That's what I would have done.
You got to be a complete pussy to hold it together as well as I have. These guys had fun. It might have fucked your life up a little bit, but they had fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was being a fucking pussy,
No, but the fact that you came back from that, that is fucking honorable, man.
I remember our first, so we do the show, we do season 1, and then our first appearance. You remember it was at some weird place in New Jersey with me, you, and Sam. It was like a restaurant.
I remember.
It was the first one ever, and I think they added me on last second. Yeah. Like you guys had like a little thing going on.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Yo, you want to come do this?" And we go to this like restaurant in New Jersey, like off of like the side of a highway.
Oh boy.
And there were like hundreds of like people screaming our name or whatever.
Yeah.
I got paid like $500.
Nice.
I was like, this is the most money I've ever made in my life.
Hell yeah.
And
fuck your job. I don't
fuck
need
your
a job.
That's how much I make. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
That's how I was.
Yeah.
I was like 500 a night. I was did the math in my head. I was like,
hell yeah, dude.
Still more money than I was making now.
I made $200 working at the pizzeria. Working at All-Star Pizza. Yeah, but do you remember that? I don't know. We had this fucking appearance.
Yeah, bro.
What did you have to do? Was it like a meet and greet kind of thing?
Yeah.
We knew nothing back then. We were young. We were like, it was kind of like, the Love Island people now, how everyone's talking about them, and it's like, oh my God, I gotta see them, blah, blah, blah. And that's how it's gonna be. Like when they walk out of that house and they go to a club, it's gonna be like, oh my God, for like a minute,
for like a little bit, yeah.
Ours was like for 15 years.
Yeah. Hell
Still
yeah.
going.
Hell yeah.
It's like, what?
So then, the 500 turned into 1,500.
Yeah, let's go.
Sal from CEG.
Mike Schwager.
Yeah. $3,500, and it turned
Not
into.
gonna lie though, they had us booked in the beginning though.
They did a great job.
It's
easy to book people for $1,500.
When the club's making $29 grand.
No way, dude.
Yeah, bro.
So they got the way better end of that deal.
Yeah,
so
bro.
you guys, MTV too. So our second season, we made $100K each.
Yeah, for the whole season.
For the whole season.
The whole season, yeah.
So they're making $8 billion. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, we'll pay them fucking $500,000. We won't pay Angelina.
Can you remember what's the most you got shafted? Looking back, we got fucking shafted on that deal.
What do you mean?
Maybe you did some.
the show.
I think that we should have got residuals.
Oh yeah.
I think that's where we fucked ourselves. I think that we took the big money up front and then we fucked ourselves with the residuals.
But that doesn't happen anywhere in the entertainment industry unless you're like an owner of the show. Like unless you're like a creator.
Well, it's more scripted too. Like Friends,
scripted,
Seinfeld,
union.
Yeah.
Our shit's the wild way.
Yeah,
There's no fucking union.
Yeah. Oh, you know, guys have it. They're lucky you guys are fucking still here.
You're lucky you get food.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. We had fun though. What was I gonna say before that when we were talking about Miami though? Ah, shit.
And then we finally feel like we're in Miami now. We've been here since Thursday.
Well, we're staying. Shout out to the club. We love the club and everything.
Love the club.
And I've done this whole Miami life before, so I didn't need to be like, I don't need to be in South Beach, whatever. I've done it. Like, you live here.
Yeah.
I was like, let me stay near the club, focus on the shows or whatever. We're like staying on the side of a highway in Doral.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike, this is not Miami. I'm like, we'll go somewhere a little nicer
So his mind is blown right now. He's drinking
Yeah.
Prosecco.
Yeah, drinking Prosecco on a balcony.
Prosecco,
Yeah.
his macaroons, fucking Megan Thee Stallion is down there. Fucking fat chicks in 2 pieces. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Ready to risk it all?
I'm gonna risk it all, baby. If I could survive this balcony, this is I don't know the weight
I don't know
capacity.
how much weight it can fucking hold.
Final destination is this fucking thing. No, but now this feels like, oh, okay.
So now Ronnie is back on the show, and we do this. It's this funny thing where every time I see him, they make us do like this stupid shit. And I'm always like, oh, Ron, you gotta pay your dues. They want you to like jump in a pool at midnight.
Yeah.
They want you to like eat.
Light yourself on fire.
And Ronnie just goes, oh fuck.
Give me the lighter fluid.
I don't know how this is gonna last.
It's like, I gotta pay for these Gucci shoes. Fuck
Yeah.
Come on, let me jump in there.
Ronnie's like, I'm happy to be here. Just fucking do whatever you want.
So you're like hazing poor Ronnie?
Yeah,
Dude.
we're re-hazing him, which is so funny because he's fucking.
What's the worst thing they made you do so far? Or what's something you're like, man, he's
No, there's always something that it's like,
like
you guys gotta wear this thing.
Yeah.
You guys gotta have a.
catch a hot dog in your mouth.
You have to catch a hot dog in your mouth. You gotta.
Or jump in a pool with your clothes on or some shit.
Surprisingly, Mike volunteered for that one. The hot dog in the mouth. Didn't have to force him for that.
Mike enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to food, I feel like he's
So there's always a thing, and then they need like one person. Yeah.
Glizzy
Guzzler. Yeah. I said something. I cut it out of the podcast. I'm gonna say it again. Fuck it. I said it on. I cut it out of the podcast when I was talking to Maria, I think, and I was like, Mike was like so intriguing to the cameras in the beginning. Like I was talking about us not wanting to ask for camera time.
Yeah.
We've never done that.
Yeah.
We were running away from the cameras.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but all these other shows now, they're like, because I did that show All Star Shore, and all the kids are talking about camera time. If I do this, I'll get camera time. Oh my God, I fall with that bitch. I'm gonna get camera time. Like, we never said that at all. They just came to us. We were like, yo, you know what I mean? Ronnie was like, yo, get those cameras off me. I gotta do something.
I mean, there's a couple things that I did do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like
The fights?
the notes.
Okay.
No shit that night, like, I knew what I was doing. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Like, I knew, like, and then, of course, second time in Miami, I knew French fry. I was like, I gotta do something to make this.
Like to like cater to the fucking.
Yeah.
He was a prisoner of the moment.
Yeah.
You know what that
You know
means?
what I mean?
He was like, I'm in this shit. I gotta
I
make
gotta
some
know,
shit happen.
yeah,
Then afterwards, he was
yeah.
like, wait, I didn't have to do that. He's like, wait, I felt like that too. I remember when we came back to Miami. When we came back to Miami for vacation, me and Ronnie both had girls. And we're like, girl, how are we going to film in Miami with girlfriends? I'm like, we don't have to fuck girls, dude. We can do that next month. But at the time, we hadn't been on TV in a long time. So we were like, how are we going to do it? How are we going to last?
Yeah. Miami was always temptation.
Yeah.
And now we were finally going to popping clubs like Mackay, fucking 11. Like,
Yes.
we were going to good places. Back in the day when we were here, we were going to, like...
We weren't
fucking-
celebrities, really. Well, we kind of were.
We kind of
yeah.
were, but I don't think we were going to, like, the popping spots.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
this time back, we were going to, like, where all the
girls
girls, the
stuff.
fine,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, the
real
waitresses,
deal.
the strippers that Vinny was lifting up.
Yeah. I think it's the opposite, though. I think it's like I hadn't done that in a long time because the show was like off the air, and now that I got like my taste of fame a little bit again, I was like, oh, this is fun. Like I'm gonna have fun in Miami again. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like it's like what you were talking about before, how you would have been dead. I got a little excited that first time back because we were back in Miami, back being on boats and 11 and all that shit.
That's good for TV.
And it's good for TV, yeah. You can't just sit there like a fucking idiot.
You know, you gotta...
But also I was saying Mike, like season 1 or whatever, like he was like, you know, the cameras were just drawn to him because he's like definitely quirky and out there and shit.
Yeah.
And like he's like banging girls, but he's also like a little gay.
He's putting him in good boys' clothes. Every girl that Mike banged, he put in like shorts and like a giant t-shirt.
Bro, this kid had
he would be like, you need some clothes, you need
Yeah,
sweatpants.
yeah.
Yeah, that was weird when he would
You do that after you bang them.
Yeah.
He did it before. They would get to the house. He
I
would
remember
dress
that.
them up
He would like, you need some sweats?
in his clothes, and these girls are wearing like fucking extra large Ed Hardy, and then he would go get food with them, doing all the shit that you usually don't do. And then by that time, I guess he had sex with them later. I don't know.
I don't know. I shared a room with him.
You're like, I don't think you ever.
A couple of times, but
Mike's sole focus was one thing. It wasn't really drinking alcohol. It was barely girls. It was just getting his fix of pills or whatever he was doing at the time.
Damn. Okay.
You know?
Okay. He's a wild boy, man. He had some wild times.
yeah, man. You know?
But I remember like, you want to change, like, you want sweats. Like, no, don't you want to bang the girl in her hot fucking, like...
I want her naked.
Fucking, yeah, I want her naked. I want her in the...
in her thong.
Yeah, I don't want her in, like,
I don't
fucking
want
Old
her,
Navy pants.
Or a t-shirt.
Oh,
Yeah,
just a t-shirt. Just a t-shirt.
Tank top. I'll give you a tank top.
Yeah.
A little side
Tank
boob.
top,
Side boob.
Yeah.
Mike's like, no, you need to look like Paulie D.
Put on the turtleneck.
Here's my North Face.
Put on shoulder pads. We love you, Mike. We love you.
Can't wait to meet you, Mike. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's so funny.
That was early. That was like how long did he do that for? For like
Forever. Until he got engaged. Until he got
He finally
engaged.
met the girl that fit right into the sweats.
That's the thing. His thing was that. My thing was always more girls. Like, that was my kind of, I don't want to say addiction, but that was like, what I sought out every single night,
Yeah, you and Paulie.
Me and Paulie, we were just like,
Yeah.
we just want to smash and whatever.
I remember we used to sit out in the living room and entertain the girls. They were smashing. And then they would come out, and I'm like, all right, you guys can go now. It's your turn.
See you later.
You guys can go. It's your turn. And they would go, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Well, Ronnie, he made the good strategic move. Because I'm like, why is this kid wifing up a girl day one? And then, like, as you go out in Seaside more and more, you're like, there's really not much temptation out here anyway.
Okay, so
He's like, I can survive this month. He's like, I got San Diego.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nah, but
Smart man.
yeah.
Had a game plan. You guys had a game plan.
Yeah. So I think we should, like, clear the air. Speaking of that, like, and we go into it on Jersey Shore, obviously, but obviously that ship has sailed. We always talk about that, like, whenever I have the girl Maria on the show from my dating show, everyone's like, you should marry her. And people are always going to be stuck in that time of you guys, you know what I mean? It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
But you guys have been so moved on. You have a daughter. You've had 3 women's wives since then and shit.
literally.
She's about to get married,
Have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys are cool.
Now they're cool.
You're like, fuck, yeah, it was rock and roll back then. We made our money, it was cool.
We were young.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like we didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And then we just grew up.
Yeah.
And that was it. It's like, it was it just grew apart. People grew
yeah.
apart, You meet super young and, it's like.
Well, they came back to the show, though, at separate times. He was, like, off the show. She came back. Then he came back. So it was, like, this weird staggering of, like, now they're together. And now we're at that point now where they're, like, mad civil and shit, which it probably always would have been like that.
Yeah, I think
People were thinking, like, you were going to come in the house and be like, remember me?
You'll never forget.
Yeah. I was the one that got away. You were never going to do that shit.
No, bro. It was like,
You're grown up. Now you guys are like, all right, what are we going to eat?
Daughter, bro. I was engaged. I freaking, it's like, I moved on.
It was rocky for a while, obviously, when you started with the daughter and the baby mama, but it's incredible how it's calm now.
I know, bro. Yeah, I'm so lucky. Like, I was actually on TikTok last night, and for some reason it was just showing clips of that Vegas trip that
Remember that
we
trip?
went on, bro? And I was just like, bro, like, I don't know how, like,
survived.
they survived.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know how we got to where we're at now compared to where we were, bro, because that was like, I was fucking doing interviews with black eyes and shit, bro. It was like crazy, dude. Yeah.
What was going on? What were you like?
It was just a lot
Baby
of
mama drama.
baby mama drama, bro.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
And you mix, like, the show into it, a new baby.
Yeah.
French fry. We were in Vegas. French fry is like a story where we were in Miami and he had a pregnant baby mom, and then he took this French girl into the bathroom. I don't even think they did anything, but
No, it didn't.
but they
Paulie stopped us before.
but it looked enough on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did the same thing that season. I had a girlfriend and I talked to her like a stripper. I like lift her up over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And they're like, Vinny cheated,
Yeah.
We're stupid for doing that.
And they, of course, the editing and everything, they make it look, You go ham, make it look bad.
Miami. It was Miami, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
But no, that shit was wild in Vegas. That's when
Yeah.
like all like the drama. He was on TMZ like every fucking week,
bro.
and then like I said, like we could talk about it now. I feel because it just stopped.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was. You know what I mean? There was a while where we're like, all right, is it gonna bounce back? Is it gonna happen again?
Yeah.
But I guess that she calmed down too, right?
Yeah, she calmed down a lot.
Wow.
She calmed down a lot, bro. She definitely. But she had another kid too, so that helped the situation as well. And I'm very calm with her now.
Yeah.
So like I don't give her like she's not aggressive or anything, but like I'm just calm with her now.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Did you
mature.
learn? Well, not even that. Like, did you learn like tools and shit like
Yeah.
for your anger?
Yeah.
Because that's probably what it was. It was probably like, you're not seeing her today, and you were probably like, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking see her.
But that's normal. That
And now
happens
you're
to
like-
a lot of people, man.
Honey, call me back in a day. You know, we're gonna both Musa. You know.
It's actually compared to what it was, bro. It's actually a lot better, and it's better
Yeah.
for Ariana. And she gets to see we do birthdays together. So it's like she gets to see
Cordial,
us.
co-parents and
exactly,
stuff. Yeah.
So
Yo, Jose, can I get my hat and a bottle of Prosecco? Sorry. I'm just fucking melt my hair.
Are you fucking melting now?
Yeah, but like I got no product in my hair, so I
He's
start
from
to
the Bronx too.
look like
Are you
Ronald
from the
McDonald.
Bronx?
I'm from the Bronx. I have so many people that always come up to yes, please. I have so many people that come up to me. They always like, yo, I went to school with Rod. I know Rod. Tell him what's up. Do this. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm never gonna tell him. I'm not gonna bother this man, But where in the Bronx are you from?
Drives neck.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what high school?
Puerto
did you go
Rican
to?
Italian.
Mount St. Michael.
I went there too.
Did you?
I got.
Did you really?
I went there for a year and a half, and I got kicked out for fighting a bunch of guys near St. Barnabas. So St. Barnabas was like our sister's like an all-girls school, and we kind of went to this party with all these chicks, and these other kids started getting rowdy. Next thing you know, I hit this kid with a fucking lacrosse stick. I thought my friend was getting stabbed.
Lacrosse stick to a party?
I was on the lacrosse team. Yeah.
You went to the party?
It was like an after-school party. I was still in my khakis and my like freshman vest, so everyone knew I was a freshman. And it was crazy. And then it happened to be in the same neighborhood as the principal. The principal told every Catholic school, and I got kicked out of Mount, and I ended up going to public school, and it was the best decision.
Yeah.
It was the best ever. Going
Puerto
to a
Rican
regular
Italian.
Puerto Rican Italian. Come on, baby. I know how it is. Sometimes you just want to fucking knock somebody out. It's
Speaking
what
of
it
that,
is.
I have a question. How from the knockouts and stuff like that? I actually just thought of this. From the knockouts and like your fights and shit, did you have to spend money, your own personal money, on defense and stuff? And I want to know what the dollar amount is.
For the
Oh, damn, jeez.
I had to pay for a lawyer for the one shot
Okay.
because the one on the boardwalk was self-defense.
But did you still have to pay for a lawyer to?
No, not for the guy on the boardwalk.
That wasn't like a case.
No.
Okay.
They dropped everything because he attacked me.
Right.
I was defending myself.
Yeah.
And then, but when I knocked the kid out, I had to pay a lawyer.
How much?
Like $35,000.
Okay.
man, they
So like
fucking
all
juice
that drama cost you $35,000?
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. You made that up. For
Yeah,
being,
but I mean, I had 18 months probation. It was,
Oh, shit.
I
It's scary.
used to have to drive to Jersey, take a piss test, drive all the way. It was like, and that's when we were busy. Like, we weren't filming, we were doing clubs and shit. So it was like bouncing
You still had to
around
go
and-
back to Jersey, yeah.
So it was like,
Some guy was like pestering us the whole. It happened all the fucking
I
time.
think I remember this.
All the time it happened. Like I said this on Skanks. They kind of took it out of context a little bit because I said we got jumped.
I saw that.
What I was trying to say was that, like, we never got jumped where like someone's on the ground and 8 people are beating us up. But whenever we walked outside, we would get physically assaulted from like various different directions all the time.
Yeah.
Season 1.
Like guys
Yeah.
being dickheads. Like, fuck you guys.
all the time. Like
Yeah.
like and like a cop tried to
And
fight
MTV
him.
didn't
A-
protect
the guy on the boardwalk was a cop. That I
a
fought
teacher punched Nicole in the face. Like
Yeah.
there were no rules with these people. They
Yeah.
didn't care that they were on TV. They were like, we need to punch them.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The girls too.
That's crazy.
So
And did like MTV do anything like
No,
did they get
no,
lawyers? Did
bro,
they fucking sue people?
no, they were like all hands off, which you know,
Yeah. They were like,
Did you guys have a lot of security?
not the
Not-
first
not
season.
the
No,
first season.
the first season we had like one guy.
They let it go anyway.
Yeah.
When I was fighting the kid on the boardwalk, I was looking at security like,
What the fuck?
Like, are you gonna fucking stop him, or do I have to beat his ass?
Yeah.
And it was the big dude. I forgot Marcus. I think his name was the the Jack dude. He's just looking at me going.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I'm looking at him.
I thought maybe that was a night that security wasn't with you.
No, security was standing right there. He was behind the cameraman.
Security was jumping in on Ronnie. Security started kicking Ronnie.
Yo, that's so
That's
bad.
how fucked up Jersey Shore is.
So bad.
I was like, wait, is this really about to happen? Like, I gotta fight this kid. Like, that's why we have security.
Yeah.
Like, and then the guy was just like, do what you would usually do.
Yeah. It was like
defend
so
myself.
hands off the first time that even fucking security was hands off.
That's crazy, man.
If it ever got too, I remember one time, they didn't show this, like one time Paulie.
Dream.
No, in Seaside, the first season. Again, it would happen every time we went outside. Like, me and Paulie were just going to lunch, and we were walking down one of those ramps to get back on the street, and these two kids, like, started being like, yo, I'll fucking fuck you up right now. And they would always look at Paulie because he was the peacock. He looked like, you know what I mean? He looked like a Guido.
For no reason. They just instead
Just
of being
because
like,
he
yo, we love
looked
you guys,
like that,
just be like,
and they
fuck
figured that this was like the next, like, growing up gaudy, stupid Italian show.
Yeah.
Which it was.
No, but it also
No, I
kind
know.
of was like a biography.
So Paulie, I remember, he's just walking down the ramp, and then he just tucks his chain in, and he's like, I guess I gotta fight these fucking kids right now at 12,
like a fucking real one,
at 12 p.m. And then, and I remember, like, one of the white dude security just jumped in between. He's like, guys, not right now. Like, we just don't even, we're not in the mood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so this was later.
Oh, this is now.
Yeah, they would have let that happen. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, because
I think that's why people love you, though. I think that's why people, you know what I mean? Like, they admire you
they
guys.
can relate to us.
And the fans
Yes.
grew. They're like,
Like-
these were like young people that were.
Those fights kind of made Ronnie, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of make it back. You sell your soul a little bit, but then you kind of make it.
My wife loves you. My wife was like, when
Thank
she
you.
found out, she was like, that was my crush. I was like, all right, babe, relax. Fucking relax. I'm like, there's a lot of bitches out here. Relax.
A lot of naked stallions
There's a lot
out
of
there.
chubby girls.
Yeah.
But yeah,
How do you navigate, like, now that you're calmer and shit, like living here in Miami?
I just don't come here.
Really?
Yeah. I don't come here.
where you're at is just kind of more like calm and
Yeah.
cool.
I'm chill. I go where I live. If I go to like dinner and shit, I go to like Aventura, Doral, like try to stay out of Miami, bro. It's just
Yeah.
just like, because then it's like, oh, we'll just go out for dinner, and then it's just not dinner. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like you always run into people you don't want to see.
Yeah,
you know?
we were talking about how, like, you can go to Miami and you go to, like, the club, and then it's, like, one section of the club, there's the same people there that were still partying 7 years ago. And they're still partying the same exact way. They look the same. It's like, is this a coincidence? Are you just here on the
Trapped.
same night, or have you been here every single night since then?
Oh, yeah,
It's just trapped, man.
yeah, no, that's how the life is out here. It's you know, everybody just parties, bro.
Yeah.
It's a party.
But it sucks because, like, I feel like I would meet a wife down here. And I know that sounds crazy. Maybe not in South Beach directly,
Yeah.
but, like, you see how it is. Like,
Florida's got some good-looking girls.
Got some nice
Florida's
chicks.
got good-looking girls.
Nice
and they have
chicks.
culture.
Yeah,
They're,
yeah.
like, born from...
Tampa's got like
Yeah.
Tampa's got like baddies.
I would take, like, mom from Venezuela,
Oh, yeah.
kisses you on the cheek. Oh, my God,
Sweet.
how are you?
Nice curly hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Dumper on a nice dumper.
nice dumper,
Nice little
fucking
dumper on
tan.
Tan.
They
But
hate-
English is like, all right.
English is alright. Like, you can tell they were raised with the Spanish in the household and shit.
So, yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I'll be. But yeah, you'd have to live down here for it.
Yeah, not look at Miami because every girl's gonna try to get something from you, bro.
Yeah,
out here.
it's like hustle culture.
It's like they're like trained, bro. Like they're like molded and bred to like get stuff from men.
Right.
It's like crazy. It's like it's insane.
Nah.
I remember I went on a date with one chick, a stripper. I met her at fucking 11. I took her on a date. I pick her up.
You shocker.
So I pick her up.
Wait, you want to take advantage of you? No.
When you pick her up, you mean like all over your shoulders?
So I pick her up, and the fucking restaurant is like 0.8 miles from her house.
Oh,
So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I have a 40-minute drive. So I'm like, I got a fucking Uber Comfort.
okay.
It was a black Uber Comfort. I pull up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm outside in the black car. She gets in the car. She goes, "Oh, I thought you meant like a real black car." And I literally looked at her and I go, "Well, I could spend the money on him, or I said I could spend the money on you." I said, "So you figure it out."
Oh.
Like,
Wait, not you pulling up in the minivan. Not you pulling up in the Sienna. No, I'm kidding.
It might have been an Ultima.
That was a RAV4. That's great.
Well, in Manhattan, I have to fucking get a car every time a girl wants to come to me because it's either that or they have to take a train. So at least here they drive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like the first Uber I send is like a black, but then after that it's Ultimate.
Nice.
No, it's not. It's not.
So they could talk about the experience with Vinny.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Those fucking cats kept gnawing at me. This guy's got 2 cats.
Yeah. He kept talking about him being on The Masked Dancer. Yeah, they fucking. That's cool. They could have a little debrief. No, but it's true. It's like that's why like there are girls that like they know that and they make it a point when they meet you to be like, "Yo, Vinny, I appreciate the ride. Thank you so much. I'll take the train. But if you want to get it, you can get me a Camry." I had a girl say it to me. She's like, "I'm a Camry kind of girl." And I'm like, "I love you. Now that makes me want to get you an Uber Black."
Yeah.
There you go.
But if you ask, once in a while, birthdays, holidays, Valentine's
I
Day.
didn't smash yet.
Nah. Yeah, once you smash, it's Lyft. It's City Bike. No.
It's a yellow
the
taxi.
bird scooter.
It's an MTA card.
Oh no. Dude.
What were you gonna ask?
No, I forgot. I forgot. That's crazy. Oh no, I was gonna say, but why would a girl even ask that? Like, you know, but I guess it's just those type of chicks.
What?
Like, oh, what kind of car are you gonna pick me up? Oh, I like Camrys. I don't mind like an Uber.
I think that like in this world, like with the obviously like the misogynistic like podcasts, and it's like a battle between men and women. Like women are like men ain't shit, and men are like women ain't shit. I just think it should be like a trade-off. It's like, again, if you're that girl that's like humble, that like wants to be like, when she gets there, she's like, "How you feeling? You okay?" And blah, blah, blah. Like that makes me want to buy you dinner now.
Yeah,
it's just like a trade-off of how it works. But if you just sit there and like expect the world and there's nothing, I'm not talking about sex, but there's nothing back from you. It's like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah.
It's
because the guy before you did that. The guy before you was fucking like, you know, the simp. He was simping on her and shit, you know? And she didn't like him. So we're stuck in this thing. So you, I saw you were like on Twitch now and shit.
Yeah.
What are you trying to?
Twitch.
So-
Like streaming.
Video games?
Video games. I have like real IRL and shit like that. I stream like going on vacation.
That's big
and
down here.
stuff. Yeah, no, bro. These streamers out here, bro.
Yeah.
So much fucking money, bro. The one kid, Aiden Ross, just bought a $25 million house.
Yeah, that kid
I
is
know.
crazy. That kid is huge.
Bro.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah, those
The
are.
IRL shit's annoying though, when you have to like go into the world
That's
and
like
be
the
like,
guys
"Hey,
that
want to go on a date with
with
me?"
you.
That's like ISO Speed and Kai Cenat, those guys like that.
Yeah.
They're killing it, bro.
That's
They're
ridiculous.
millions and millions
They're in the
and
fucking
millions,
Golden
bro.
Globes and the fucking Oscars, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
All the awards and
but
shit.
there's ones that you don't even see that still make like tons of money.
I can only imagine.
Well,
Dude, what games do you play?
I like Call of Duty, Last of Us.
Last of Us is great.
Yeah. God of War.
God of War's
Yeah, I've
great.
always been a gamer, and I was like, fuck it, I might as well
Call of
try to
Duty,
make some money fucking while I'm doing it.
And
Like,
people,
you know,
while I was playing Call of Duty, people are like, "Tell us about the time that you went to the club with Mike."
UAV online,
Literally,
bro.
bro.
Bro, let's get the loadout. We gotta get the
It's always
loadout.
about Jersey Shore. It's like, oh, like, you know.
I was telling the dilemma we face at the comedy club, you know, because I'm doing comedy and like I work on my set. It's like a piece of art. I do it in front of audiences all over the country, different people, and you relate to different people. But then at our shows, they want like a PowerPoint presentation on Jersey Shore, like season by season, where I'm telling a story about each thing. And I'm like, I wish I could do that, but that's a different show. And I can't do that show in New York City in front of random people. So I'm kind of like stuck in between this place of that.
Vinny will bang out like 3 well thought out jokes. Gets solid laughs, whatever.
And I'll just say the
then
word
go-
Angelina, and then
just
you get a standing
and there's
ovation.
Women taking their shirt
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
and guys are fucking rumbling their chest. It's like, what the fuck is going on? But you know, that's the
It's
brand
tough.
for now. For
It's
now,
the
that's
brand for now, yeah.
You know what I mean, that's
Until
the
they get
first
used.
drop.
I appreciate them. It's like a packed place, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna talk about fucking Angelina. You know what I mean?
Where would
Watch
you
the show for that.
Where would you rather those people? In the front row or in the back?
Oh, in the back.
In the back.
And that's the opposite. The people that want to hear about the Angelina shit are in the front.
Right,
The
yeah.
cool, the funny, fun people are in the back. They got last minute tickets.
Yeah.
They barely know who I am.
And they're
You
like,
know
oh,
what I mean?
I see what he did there. That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the girlfriend's like, Durf, like, we're gonna talk about Chucky. He's got a shirt that says the note on it.
That's crazy. Are you? I don't know if they. We can cut it, but are they? Do you talk about your girl now? It did air on the show, right?
They had me do like some fucking phone call with her.
Okay, but it didn't air yet.
No, didn't air it. Yeah.
Ronnie may or may not be off the market.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up,
yeah.
man. Yeah, having a good time.
He's always been more of a relationship type of guy.
Yeah.
With
I
breaks.
was single for like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
It was like, honestly, bro, it was like, I had so much fun. It was cool, but it gets exhausting.
Of course.
All the fucking dates. All the.
A lot of
How was
calories.
your day?
Oh.
What's your fucking favorite color?
Nah, no,
what
give
do
a
you want to do
fuck.
with your life?
No.
Like, it's just like.
I want to relax.
And then they don't do shit for you.
What's your
Yeah.
horoscope?
They don't do shit for you.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
No,
It's
no.
like they come over, they spend days at the house, and it's like I don't even come home to like a fucking bed that's made.
Yeah,
You know, and it's
no.
like
Get
what do
in
I
the
do?
kitchen. I'm just kidding. Clip that. Clip that.
show us that you like
No,
us.
because they
Well,
want,
no,
because
especially-
they want dinners and they want this and they want.
Yeah.
So it's like, can we just get like a little inkling of something?
what I said,
more,
reciprocation,
you know?
yeah.
You know, like,
And he's a dad too, so when you're a dad, you get used to keep being clean and being
Yeah.
responsible. I always say that too. Like when I do it as a test, right? I'm like, oh, like, are you a clean person? And I wait for them to snap at me to be like, what do you mean? Women should only clean? Oh my god, blah blah. I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm clean.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
OCD.
Yeah. Yeah.
I shouldn't have to teach you how to
Yeah.
clean. If
Yeah.
I'm teaching you how to clean, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, okay. And then there are reels out there where it shows like a beautiful, like a TikTok.
And her bedroom is fucking filled with
No,
laundry.
I was gonna say, well, that's everyone. I was
I'm
gonna
talking
say,
about like the torta that makes the breakfast for our
yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the opposite.
Yeah,
We see
yeah.
this beautiful, loving wife who's like,
4 a.m. I'm making my husband his
Not
Oh,
even
that
lunch.
lady, the Nora chick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Making it
Burrito.
from scratch.
Yeah.
My husband.
Wait, which lady is that? The one that like makes gum for her children?
yeah, that's Nora Smith.
That girl-
She's
okay,
like
that-
dresses like a pilgrim. She's Mormon. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
I'm talking about just like
the regular civilian bitch.
No, there's a difference between like doing something because like you're like a servant versus like I live in this house too.
Yes,
So if you
yes.
leave a dirty shirt right there, I'm gonna feel like I need to pick it
Yeah,
up.
I love you, and I'm gonna do my part.
And I think that's a beautiful thing. And you have some.
I have that. So I'm a civilian, so I have a civilian girl. Like, even in my little world of comedy or whatever, you know, you date comedians, you date all this shit, and they're all crazy. I got a girl that's a school teacher. She's she's a beautiful, you know, but she's a regular broad, meaning like, you know, like she grew up in her mom and dad, you know, they fought, but they stood together because it's just like the culture. My girl is just a sweet fucking woman. Reminds me of my mom.
Yeah.
You guys are celebrities, so you're not getting civilians. You're getting bitches that are like, take me to fucking radios and take me to
Yeah,
fucking
and
this,
it's hard to meet the
take me that.
civilians because they're like work at Target.
You gotta go to
They live in
TSA.
Tampa.
You gotta
They live in Tampa, so
There's some baddies
Yeah.
out there.
would you like get married?
I don't think I want to. I honestly like.
Take your time.
I would
but if it,
like.
you know, cross that bridge when it
I
gets.
would get engaged,
Mm,
but I don't think that I want to get married.
right.
Like I think that marriage, the word, the title ruins the relationship.
Mhm.
I think it puts so much pressure
Yeah.
on the relationship and on each other, and it's like I think that it's like if you're happy with someone and you love that person, just fucking get engaged, spend fucking your life with them, and,
Yeah.
and
You can
that's
have
it.
the same life that you would have had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless like you started a family with that person and now you're getting married for the children.
Yes.
But you're already not in that situation.
Yeah.
You already have a kid with someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're probably not gonna have another kid.
No, I don't want no more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm good
you were
with
saying 50, baby. 50, you got your
Once
life
I got
back.
my life back. When I was 18, back to traveling the world. You know?
My dad
Like,
and my mom divorced when I was young, and then he got some girl that he doesn't like me. He would say things, yo, Mikey, it's cheaper to keep him. He's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you get a kid, you get married, you're just like, you're in that position. It's like, I want to get a divorce, but because you're married, everything is, all tied up and all.
Yeah.
He's like, it's just cheaper to keep him, man. So you don't want to get in that situation.
I think that I'm gonna get a little like nerdy, but I think that like society has gone so far the other way of anti-marriage and like godlessness and lawlessness. I think that like a society with like married couples raising families breeds better humans and better generations
I think it's good for a child
and stuff like that. But people are deterred away from it because of all the other fucked up things that are happening, like the laws of marriage and divorces and like
just the temptation, bro. Fucking everything.
Temptation,
social media, dating apps,
it all spills into each other. It's
Yeah.
like a fucking like a fish tank, and you put like a little drop of this in here, and like everything is fucking thrown off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right, guys, today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know, I always talk about mental health. I think it's very important. I'm an advocate for therapy. I've been in therapy, especially us men, Mike Figs. You get the stigma of not being able to talk about your mental health as a man until my man Tony Soprano kind of broke that stigma.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? He's like the godfather of anxiety at this point. And I have anxiety. And I have a godfather that also has anxiety. Anyway, the point is that we have physical health, and you can have like physical health things wrong with you, and you can have problems with your mental health. And just like the way you fix your physical health, you should fix your mental health and work on it. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's literally all you have. You know, of course you have your body, but you need your brain to operate and flow and work in the world. And
It's a reflection of one another.
yes, for
You're
sure.
Strong mental, strong physical. Got to be one and one.
One and one. And, you know, I think that men have this pressure of like, you're not allowed to talk about having anxiety and depression and whatever else you're going through, relationship problems or whatever. That's why BetterHelp is awesome, because it makes it super easily accessible for you to get help. You do it on your phone. They have thousands and thousands of licensed therapists that you can check out. My favorite part about them is that you can switch if you're not really vibing with somebody, because sometimes like it's not always going to be the right person for you. So BetterHelp makes it easy for you to switch and to find it. And even if you want to like maybe go somewhere in your mental health journey at some point, BetterHelp is just a great place to start. Just so you have someone to talk to, communicate with, text with, call, and they make it super easy. You can't get easier. It's in the palm of your hand, okay? Let me read my little call to action here. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Vinny. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/VINNY. Go help your mental health today. Now let's get back to the show.
I get you, man. Everything costs money. Even if two people are mutual that they want to get a divorce, they still gotta pay to get the papers and all that. You know what I mean? Like they just juice you no matter what.
Yeah. I'm too lazy to be a passport, bro. I'm too lazy to go to Colombia.
God.
You know, I have to like go to like a fucking Medellin, go to a small town and find like, I'm sure, no, not a hooker, like a beautiful woman that works at the local coffee shop. Oh man.
Oh, Vinny.
You're gonna find
You're gonna pay a lot of it. And it might be 14, so you gotta be careful. Vinny, I'm only 16.
Yeah.
No, bitch.
No. I went to Cartagena. It was like that for sure. But they were like girls that worked in like the fucking like steakhouse that were like restaurants. I don't know if they were hookers. They might have been
during the day.
Yeah.
Fucking steakhouse at night.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Have you ever gotten offered to do like other like spin-off reality shows and shit? You know what I mean? Oh, you did that one. Remember Famously Single?
Famously Single.
Yeah, they should bring that back. I would do that one.
Famously Single, yeah.
What was that? Was that VH1? It sounds like a VH1 show.
It is. Yes.
It was a VH1 song. I know the show, yeah. They took a bunch of like famous people.
That was a good show.
It was like a
Paulie
dating
was on it
show.
too.
Yeah, Paulie. That's how he met fucking what's her name?
Aubrey, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
There you
it was.
It was like they put single famous people
Yeah.
and like and then put them in a house together, and then some of them kind of like fell in love with each other, but it was more about like
Look, we went on dates with other people
from the outside world.
from
Yeah.
the outside
I got you.
world.
yeah,
it's-
bring that shit back. I would do that
It was
shit.
a good show.
Yeah.
Would you do Traders?
What's that?
Traders is like one of the biggest
You would
shows
do
on
it.
Peacock right now.
It's like a harmless,
It's like a game.
strategic.
It's like a game show. It's kind of like a weird like you know, who did it, like Clue, like the game Clue,
Okay.
something like that kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you're all in a house and the winner wins like
Oh,
$100
I
grand.
think I saw a commercial.
All
for that.
celebrities
Yeah.
and shit, and you got to find out who's the traitor, and it's
The
like
big
drama.
ones now are Traders.
Love Island.
No, I'm saying for celebrities.
Oh.
Obviously, there's always Dancing with the Stars. The Special Forces one. That's the
Oh, that
one
one
where
was
they
cool.
make you train like a Navy
The
SEAL.
Rock, I think, is a producer of that.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A lot of people do it, and they fucking do it as like they don't need the money. They just do it like
Yeah.
you know for like this is
Exercise, like training, like
yeah like we're in this world of like stoicism and you know who could fucking be the strongest and the toughest mentally and shit. So I was talking to a girl, Kayla Nicole, that did it, and that's a pretty cool one. But I was telling people like I'm picky about that shit, you know. Like we've been doing this for so long that you don't want to get like thrusted into some weird reality show where they
No.
like want you to start drama and shit. We're like
Yeah.
so over that, you know.
Yeah. I felt Love Island, that show wasn't like that you went on, the
All Star Short, it was, but because it was MTV, I was able to. They were lenient with me. I was like, guys, I'm not really gonna do a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they understood. You know,
Yeah.
everybody kind of understood.
Yeah.
But that's it. Now I'm more into like the comedy. I like wilding out, you know, and doing shit like that.
Yeah.
It's more like creative rather than dramatic.
Yeah.
Fucking-
drama.
yeah.
Nonsense drama.
They ever asked you to do Hollywood Squares?
I did Hip Hop Squares. Is Hollywood Squares
originally
still?
it was called Hollywood Squares.
Yeah. They
Did we do that?
They brought it back for Hip Hop Squares on I did it. I don't know if
I
you
did
did
it
it.
too.
Yeah. Back in the day we used to always do all those like
Yeah, I think I
Sounds
did
like a fun
too,
one.
yeah.
That must be like a
Yeah.
literally go just
that
show
were
up
the
and
day
see
of like
something.
Girl Code, Guy Code, Hollywood Squares. Like I met all those people and shit like that.
Did you guys do Guy Code or Girl Code?
I did Guy Code and Girl Code. He didn't really do
No, I
that.
didn't do that.
No.
I gotcha.
You did Fear Factor though.
Fear Factor? Was
Factor.
Joe Rogan the host?
No, they brought
Oh,
it back.
okay.
Ludacris was the
Ian
host.
Paul did
It's
it.
hilarious.
Fucking hung from a
helicopter,
a
right?
moving fucking helicopter over a lake.
Oh my-
and we had to fucking drop from the sky fucking into the water and shit.
That's kinda cool.
Swim to a boat and then dive off a moving boat and shit.
Was it fun?
It was, yeah, that was the best part.
But I was gonna say that's what I mean now. Like I don't know if you would do that now. Like you know what I mean? Like if you really wanted to just have an interest in hanging from a helicopter, you would. But like you've been on TV again, so you don't like need to do that.
Yeah, no, I
You know?
did it because I just wanted to always be on Fear Factor.
Yeah.
It was like,
My boy's playing video games now. He's
Yeah,
chilling. He's
yeah.
playing Last of Us. He's like, I just want to fucking relax. I got a girlfriend now.
Yeah, I did the same thing with fucking Dancing with the Stars. I was like, yeah, I just kind of like want to do this. It's kind of cool, you know. But
That's fucking crazy.
man, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Where's the fam still at? They're still in New York and shit.
I'm still in New York, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
And but your mother still? How does she comes down here? For the-
Not a lot.
Yeah.
To see Ariana.
I would love to get I feel like it's so sick to have a place down here that people can come. Your family can come vacation and
Yeah, you
shit.
get like a condo, bro. So
I know. I'm just afraid of
the
never
only
using
problem
it.
is now with the condos, they're doing these assessments.
Yeah.
You gotta pay the HOA, your mortgage, the maintenance fee, and then you gotta pay the assessments fee now too.
Wow.
boy.
So when you break it down, just getting a sick Airbnb or hotel always
Yeah.
ends up being cheaper than
Yeah.
fucking buying
Yeah,
somewhere and
basically,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
I don't know. I still love New York though. I know you don't really like it, but
I like, you know what it is? When I go in stuff for MTV, I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
being in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the city.
But that's like Times Square. Like where I live, like down in downtown, it's so chill and
Yeah.
you can do so much creative. You can do comedy. You can meet people.
Yeah, no, I
you know?
like the
Once
city.
once I got out of my apartment and did shit, it was nice.
Yeah,
You
there's a lot
know.
of shit to do out there.
Yeah.
When's the last time you went to the Boogie Down Bronx?
I haven't been to the Bronx
You
in
ever-
a while.
You ever go to Arthur Avenue?
Oh, actually, you know what? That's a lie. I went probably like a year ago to some Spanish restaurant I wanted to eat at.
Okay.
In the Bronx, yeah.
Where? Like in
On
the
Castle Hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is it gangster?
It was called fucking La Plata or some shit like that.
Sabrasuda.
Sabrasuda, yeah, dude. That's like a Chinese food restaurant.
Yeah, you know about it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Gotta bring the girl to the.
You gotta go to
old,
Arthur Avenue,
old
man.
spots.
I would bring her to my grandmother's 95th birthday.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, go to Arthur Avenue, man.
Oh, I love
Arthur Avenue's
Yeah.
fucking super cool, man. It's
Did you
chill.
have to like get rid of like other friends and shit that weren't good for you?
What do you mean?
Like you
Like,
know.
honestly, bro, I cut a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I probably have like 3 people on my phone.
But that happens
that I talk
naturally
to
as you
besides
grow up.
guys
man.
and group text and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like
Still TJ?
TJ, yeah.
TJ's OG, man.
TJ, bro, he's fucking always. my
It's funny how
brother,
that
bro.
works, you know? It's like, because he's been through a lot, but this kid was there from the beginning, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You're lucky if you get one good one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know him since I'm 6, so.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what's up,
he's a
man.
good dude.
And out here, it's a little tougher. I don't know any guys in Miami. I know only
I have
women
no
in
friends
Miami.
out here, bro.
Yeah,
I have no-
I-
I
Yeah,
have
you know
no friends,
all the
bro.
women, dude.
I know all the women.
It's so funny
That's
because
how it
you'd
was
be
when I
like,
first moved here. I
Yeah.
hung out with no guys. It was just all girls. I would go out and bring just girls with me.
It's weird. It's like the guys are like Cuban and like, you know, look like Pitbull,
100 fedora.
and, or look like me.
Yeah, or look just like Aaron Hernandez.
Yep.
Just like you.
Or they're like just this weird culture of like podcasters and the streamers and stuff like
yeah.
that. It's like
Every girl you know is
they're doing like debates on the street and shit like that. It's like I don't really relate to any of these people,
Yeah,
you know.
no.
But the girls, they're like, oh my god, Ronnie.
All the chicks you know are stunning. You're like, oh, I know a girl here is this. She's cool. And I see her, I'm like, holy shit, yo,
Yeah.
Vinny, what are you doing?
We had a porn star come to the show last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She was.
I was
fun.
shaking, dude.
She was a former porn
So nice
star.
to meet you. How are you?
She was one of the good ones, you know.
Oh,
And Vinny's
good
like, man,
ones.
cool. He's like, yo, what's up? Like, how you doing? Yeah. Thanks for coming to the show. You know, like, and I'm there like, oh, I follow you on Instagram. You're so good.
I love your videos. I love your work.
I used to love hanging out with the porn stars because they were just like hanging out with us. They like didn't have that weird like they fuck every day, so there was no weird like oh my god you're trying to get with me type of thing.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean?
yeah,
And then like
they're
if you're
just
cool,
happy to chill.
yeah, just happy to chill. And if you're cool with them, they're cool with you, and that was really it. You know,
Those are cool. Those
they
are
have
like
thick skin.
Yeah. Well, the Miami ones so far. Because like
Yeah,
in New
yeah.
York on the radio station, we deal with some porn stars and they're just like
Nah,
drama. They're like.
you know,
all
some of them
afraid
like
about-
are crackheads.
Yeah,
creative.
yeah. It's like, oh boy, you got a lot, you damaged. Here, they're like, oh no, we're just.
Well, here too, I
we're
feel like
queens,
there
we're
is another
fucking
world
goddesses.
of healthy people. Like you're
Yeah.
in Miami,
Yeah.
you're in the sun. There's like juice places on every corner and shit.
Everybody, I go to Lifetime Fitness, bro. Everybody in Lifetime Fitness is in shape.
Yeah.
Everybody's in shape.
So they can't be fucking
The
partying.
fucking person that vacuums the floor is fucking in shape.
Yeah. Person that vacuums the floor has a BBL, and it's a guy.
Gabrielle, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Shit.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's cool. I think if you live down here, you could do it. Same thing in Manhattan. I'm tempted all the time. I get down here and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go to the Gecko tonight, blah blah blah, because I'm here for like a day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in New York, I'm not like fucking these people that are like, oh, I'm going out. I'm like,
give a fuck.
I'm not fucking going there. Like, I have cats. You know?
I gotta watch Love Island.
I miss my cats. I miss
I
my
know you do,
babies.
man. I know
Yeah. That's how things are going for me.
But you got 2 Sphinx instead of 1.
I got 2 hairless pussies now. So we're gonna wrap up soon. We gotta go down to the pool. There are a lot of Megan Thee Stallions down there. We're gonna have lunch. Let's see if we see any. Couple fedoras.
Couple fedoras, couple big girls. But you got some space in there though. I'm definitely gonna be floating in there.
This kid loves a pool. You can take
Like
him
a
to
little-
like the Hilton in Buffalo. The first thing he does is the hot tub or the pool.
Indoor pool. I'm in
Indoor
there.
pool. I met a beautiful girl down here last time. I was by myself by the pool, and she did like. It turns out that she knew who I was, but she played it off like she didn't. Even during the walk by,
Oh, yeah, I love that.
I thought the walk by was organic, and she was going to get towels. But women are like fucking cats. Like they spot you from miles away.
Yeah.
But at first, she said she thought I worked at the pool. So I was wearing a white shirt and this, like I kind of looked like, and I looked like every kid in Miami. But it was cool. I ended up meeting her here, and I pulled the move where I was like, they were taking pictures. It was golden hour, and I was like, oh, you want me to take that for you? And they still never said anything. And then I was just talking to them, and Next thing I met, she was from New York, so I took her on a date in New York. I met her a couple times, fizzled out a little bit, but it was a good meeting.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, down here is a good spot. It was just funny. It was just I was the only one. It was like about to close, so hopefully that can happen again tonight.
Hell yeah, man.
And I meet some.
Yeah, we gotta do something Miami-ish. We're here. That's it.
Yeah, we're here. We're queer. And
I'm
we're
not
ready to
leaving
go.
until you got 3 girls in this room, baby.
All right, Ron. Thank you so much for coming,
of course.
and see you at the show tonight.
Yes.
Ronnie's coming to the show,
Yes, I'm
and
good.
this airs Tuesday. Anything? So where can people follow you?
Real Ronnie Magro.
What about the Twitch thing?
Twitch, yeah.
The real Ronnie Magro on Twitch.
The real Ronnie Magro on Twitch. Watch those video games. Subscribe, like, share this pod, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Peace. What's up, guys? If you like the episode, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We are building this thing from the ground up, so we need your help, and hopefully we can make this really big one day. Love you.